Hi, this is Brandon from Watches on You. Long time no see, everyone. I'm happy that I'm back on the channel making new videos, and we have a pretty exciting topic for you today. Again, we're going to be discussing the Rolex 2020 releases. But before we do that, I wanted to talk about the watch that I personally designed. And many of you have probably heard about this if you've been following the channel and my various community posts. But last year, I ran a Kickstarter campaign for a watch that I created, the Hoagland & Sons Mark I chronograph. I'm wearing one right now. And since then, I've been able to really kind of progress the brand and to develop inventory to a point where it kind of sustains itself. But I wanted to let everyone know there's a 50% off sale right now for the next week where we're going to be... it's 50% off of the $249 retail price, so it's about $125, $124, $125 right now. So definitely take advantage of that. Again, the reason I'm doing it is I just got a big shipment of inventory, so I really wanted to get the ball rolling, and I thought that sharing that with you guys would be a great way to do that. So now, just kind of, I'll go over the features of that watch if you haven't heard about it. It's a Mecha Quartz. It's a Seiko Mecha Quartz movement in the watch, so it's a, again, bicompax chronograph. You're gonna have a smooth second hand because of the Mecha Quartz. So you get, again, the affordability and the accuracy of quartz with the functionality of a mechanical chronograph. So the seconds hand whips back like a mechanical chronograph. It doesn't, when you reset it, just kind of gradually go back to the 12 o'clock mark. So that was a feature I really wanted to include with that piece. But I'll be dropping a link in the description if you want to inquire about purchasing that watch. But now we can move on to the main topic of the video. So again, we're going to be going over the new Rolex releases, and I'll go in order of kind of least exciting to me and then most exciting to me. But before I do that, I want to talk about how I'm really excited that they were able to do this year with just the craziness due to the COVID-19 pandemic. A lot of brands, again, aren't releasing models, so I'm happy that they were able to release models and models of substance. It's not really kind of these marginal changes to models. I mean, again, they released a new Submariner, so that's extremely special. And I was, again, excited that they were able to do that. So again, we're going to start off with the model that I'm kind of least excited about, and that's the new 31mm Datejust. There's nothing wrong with it, it just doesn't really concern me. I would never wear them, and given the analytics on this channel, it's mostly men watching this, so I don't reckon that they're very excited about that either. So I won't really discuss that now. I'll be dropping a link in the description to Rolex's website so you can explore these models in depth, but again, I'm not really going to cover that during this video. So then my next most exciting model is the new Sky Dweller with the Oyster Flex bracelet. This is kind of a marginal change, but I was kind of surprised that they did this because to me, the Oyster Flex strap should be used for more sporty models. And again, the Sky Dweller always struck me as more of a dressy model because again, it was offered on a leather strap. And I thought that it's a little bit strange that they put the rubber strap on that, but again, due to the Oyster case on the watch, I'm not that surprised. I mean, it looks fine, but again, with the fluted bezel, I just think of it more of a dressy model. Now, I would like to offer a prediction, and that's that in the next coming years, you're going to see a Datejust with the Oyster Flex strap, because really, I think that having the Sky Dweller with that kind of opens the floodgates for Rolex to do that, so I think that that's something that we definitely could see. With this model, you do get a variety of options for the case metal. So you obviously have the rose gold, you have the white gold, and then you have the yellow gold. So you can kind of have a little bit of a customization because again, now you have multiple bracelet options with the metal bracelet, the leather strap, and then the Oyster Flex. So it'll be exciting to see kind of what people do with that. But again, I'm not that excited about it. Personally, I'm not a big fan of the Sky Dweller. I think it's really cool as a technical achievement. It just doesn't really suit my style. But now we can move on to the new Oyster Perpetual 36 with the new colorful dials. And some of these dials, pretty much all of them with the exception of the new candy pink dial, also apply to the 41mm Oyster Perpetual. And again, I was very surprised Rolex even decided to do this, because frankly, when I saw this, I was like, these look like custom dials. When I was scrolling through the new articles, just because they're so vibrant, and I really like them. I especially like the orange dial, because orange is my favorite color, and I just think that it totally pops. I mean, it's definitely going to get noticed. I think this model will be extremely successful with people marking like milestones, like graduations and things like that, because it's priced at around $5,600, which obviously is very expensive, but it's not quite as expensive as the steel sports models. So I think this will be extremely popular as a kind of gift item, probably marking big milestones within families. I also really love the yellow dial, because to my knowledge, Rolex has never made a steel sports model with a yellow dial like that, and I think it's really special and definitely would get noticed. I love the green dial, and the turquoise dial is always cool. But again, I think more women would wear that. I don't know, I think actually you could pull it off as a guy, but I think that, again, they're all super cool. They definitely get noticed. And again, I love the movement in this watch. It's actually the same movement that's in the new No Date Submariner. So it's got the 70-hour power reserve. So that's awesome. I think that, again, anything over 48 is good, but 70 is fantastic. And now we'll move on to the big kahuna. So the Submariner, the new 41 millimeter Submariner. This is a watch I really want to see in person. I don't know when that's going to happen. It's probably going to be many months, because again, just with shipping times and the fact that it's super, obviously very desirable now, I think that it's going to be extremely popular. I'm a little skeptical of the 41 millimeter case size, because again, that's a big transition for Rolex to make and a big commitment. Even though it's just 1 millimeter, I would suspect it's going to look much bigger, because you're getting into sea dweller territory. And I think that it might be too big, it might not be. You're really going to have to see in person. I would have liked them to keep it at 40, because I think watches overall are trending more towards smaller sizes. And if there's any brand that exemplifies this, it's Breitling for sure, because they used to make, again, the huge 45 plus millimeter, like Breitling for Bentley models, and now they're becoming a lot more subdued. And that's actually, Breitling is another brand that we're going to be discussing shortly on the channel, hopefully in person, because again, they did a lot of new exciting releases during this pandemic that, again, sets them apart from other brands. But anyways, back to Rolex. One thing I'm very excited about is the new movement, 70-hour power reserve. Again, that's fantastic. That's probably the biggest, most exciting thing for me. Again, you have the new colors. So you have the Kermit dial Submariner. And for me, I don't really like the Kermit as much as the Hulk, but just because I like the continuity of the color, but I think that it looks fantastic. It's going to be super, super popular. And then you also have the blue bezel black dial, the white gold model. That'll be very popular as well. I would say I prefer the all blue. Again, I just like the continuity of color. I think that it kind of dates the watch a little bit, if that makes sense, if you do the blue bezel with the black dial, but it's a Submariner. It's going to look fantastic in person. I mean, the quality is just pretty much unsurpassed in the steel sports range, at least in that price range. And I'm really excited to see kind of the popularity of those models, and I'm excited to see them in my community. So I hope that was a good overview of all the new Rolex models. Leave a comment, definitely leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you're not a subscriber of the channel. We're going to start pumping out new content here. Yeah, I kind of feel bad about leaving you guys without a lot of new videos during the pandemic, but I was really focused on Hoagland & Sons and getting that brand a little bit developed, but we're in a good place with that. Again, check out the link in the description. You can purchase the Mark I chronograph at a pretty steep discount from the retail price, so check that out. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks.